I grew up in the world of metal and punk, in which I still do love. I do feel the need to finally see what the rest of the world has to offer. My name is Aaron, and I grew up as a metalhead. Well, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the final video of the day, and that is Don't Wanna Cry, and that is correct. Now, we have done their debut, Adore You, then we did Don Quixote, which is like already one of my favorite songs I've ever had, and now we're going to move on to Don't Wanna Cry. So let's see how we keep progressing forward, and yeah, it should be good.
울고 싶지 않아 울고 싶지 않아 사랑해서 사랑한다는 말이 부족해서 그 어떤 말을 꺼내봐도 너 하나만 아끼던 날 두고서 어디 간 거니 내가 싫어 어졌어 멀리 간 거니 장난치지 마 거기 있는 거 알아 나타날 것 같아 마냥 기다리자 널 찾아가야 돼 찾아가야 돼 지금 멀면 못 볼지 모르 니가 울고 싶지 않아
Whoa!
울고 싶지 않아
Really? Millennial, whoop.
울고 싶지 않아 낯설지 않은 길 이 길이 낯설다 아는 길 맞는지 내게 또 묻지요 혹시나 그 사람 날 찾고 있진 않을까 나는 지금 널 찾고 있어요 장난치지 마 거기 있는 거 알아 나타날 것 같아 마냥 기다리자 널 찾아가야 돼 가야 하는데 눈물 고여 점점 우려져 울고 싶지 않아 울고 싶지 않아 눈물은 많지만 울고 싶지 않아 난 괜찮아 너 보고 싶지 않아 너무 보고 싶어 맘에 없는 말들로 거짓말이라도 해야 돼 생각처럼 마음이 말이 되지 않아 돌아와 제발 네 없는데 어떻게 하나 넌 살아 울고 싶지 않아 울고 싶지 않아 눈물은 많지만 울고 싶지 않아 울고 싶지 않아 우리 다시 볼 때 울고 싶지 않아
Okay, I find this rather interesting. I feel like that there's been a lot of groups that we've had on here that dance and have their and sing too. And I think that that's all fine and dandy, but I think the one thing that I've already started to notice that I really, really like is that it seems like that their dancing is a lot more intentional. It seems like it's a more directly connected to the actual lyrics of the song. It seems really reflective of kind of what the song was actually going for. And that doesn't mean to say that like nobody else had done that before, but this feels a lot more intentional about it. I feel like that the way that they were moving was like the actual feeling of like the writhing and like the fighting back of. and everything like that. And so I actually think that that's one thing that I think I've already just noticed that I just greatly appreciate is something that's really, really difficult to achieve, especially when you're doing the singing and the dance at the same time. Like I said, for those of you who don't know, I used to do ballroom. That's how I got into college. And that is the whole key behind doing ballroom, was that what they told you that you were dancing to, you had to make them feel that. And so, for example, one of my biggest specialties was tango. I had a couple of really, really awesome tango routines that I had really, really close to coming, just being some of my magnum opus. Unfortunately, I never got to see it through. But one of the ones that I did was during the time that this movie was really popular, which was Moulin Rouge. We did the tango at kind of like at the little bit past halfway point of the movie, and with doing that type of dance, especially like an Argentine tango, what you want from it is this feeling of there's a passion. There's a passion. The emotions have flared. The feeling of just the intensity of the situation of what you're going through. And I just really, really love that, because I feel like that a lot of groups will have a choreography that goes along with it, but not very often do I feel like that they were writing it for the lyrics of the song. So I think that that's really cool. The next thing I wanted to talk about, and this is part of my dumb caveman brain, there's a couple things here that just really latched on to me. And the first thing was actually, first and foremost, was the vocal manipulations. There's a couple of parts here. I want to make sure that I get in before I start dragging around the cursor for too much. So, so the first one is right here. It's very slight, but when you hear it, they match the synthesizer in the same melody as the singer. And I love the kind of buzz that they use afterwards for the synthesizer in the chorus. I think that's really, really cool. But something as small as that is kind of these nice little textures that I've been finding throughout all their songs since I've been listening to them. And I think that that's really, really cool. It really just adds just so much. The next part. The other piece of vocal manipulation that I really like is actually just right here. Right here. So there's these nice little pieces of texture throughout the song that I really, really like. The other thing is, too, just like I was just explaining in Don Quixote, they have this underlying melody where you can actually hear it picked up once in a while by the strings, and it's really, really effective. I don't know if you caught those strings going right there. I assume you did. To me, this is moments where I like to call this texture and color for a song, mainly because the fact of the matter is that it kind of just highlights a little bit, right? They are the star of the show, but one thing that's really nice is when you get a song and construct it just right, there's a way to kind of encapsulate everything and let their voices sit on their own, but give it just a little extra support. And that's what color and texture do. And I think that they have a very wide range. And this is something that I've talked about before. But when you have a group that's this big, I think they have the same amount of members as... Hold on. I want to double check. Yeah, so I'm looking at this. And at one point, Super Junior had, I think, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 members. One of the strengths of that is strength in numbers. You can really get a nice widespread of vocal range. And because of that, it basically turns into your own mini choir. And you can really use that to really support the solos, as much as I know that they work together and that they're all really good friends and that they each have their moments. There are, in every single song, someone who is the solo artist, or maybe 2 or 3, where those other vocals will support them. And that is kind of what goes on here too. I really like this. And we'll probably find more songs of that exact thing. And just a really strong support, choir-like feel, strength in numbers, strength in their powers. And I look forward to it. So, yeah, really cool. A really good song. Solid piece. If there's anything that you feel like that I missed, let me know down in the comments, and we'll discuss this, and we'll kind of hash it out, right? But in any case, I think this is a really solid start that we've had. I've really been impressed with them since I first heard them. And in fact, one of the most impressive songs, sadly enough, for a long time got blocked. And then when I did their last reaction before 1 Week Club, it unblocked itself. So that back then, I was saying this kind of stuff back then about how impressed I was with their vocal strength. So anyway, we'll talk to you later. I hope you have a good one. Goodbye. What? This is insane.